Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in for another Tech Time. And I think this will be interesting for some of you, and some of you maybe already use this, and we appreciate that. Use the tools that we give you. Getting the most from your webinar today, obviously, you can sign up for more future webinars, training notices, etc. And don't hesitate to give us a call or send us an email if you have any questions. I'm Jim Strandlund, part of the technical services team at Intertech, and our phone numbers are there. You're welcome to give us a call for any technical questions or design issues you may have and help. That's what we're here for. TechTime is hosted by our Intertech University and Intertech USA. You can find our trainings and these Tech Times are posted on Intertech University, our web YouTube page, and you're welcome to share these and watch them anytime you like. Here's our members of our technical services team, and put a name with the face when you call in, and we appreciate everything you guys can do and hope great success for you out in the field. But today I'd like to talk a little bit about a feature of GeoAnalyst that may have been overlooked, or maybe we need to discuss a little bit more about sizing of an existing home by using some tools that a homeowner can give you. Now, if you don't have GeoAnalyst, there's our customer relations phone number there for you to sign up, but this is a great tool. Sales program, sales tools, diagrams, makes a great presentation to your customer, showing you what you have done to determine the size requirements needed for their residence. One of the things that's important when you go to this homeowner's location, some questions you need to ask them and gather some of this information to help you put into this program we're going to talk about. Find out if they could provide you with their propane usage or natural gas or fuel oil utility bills for a past few years. And this is used to develop a pattern of, let's say, how many gallons, therms, et cetera, that they may use in a year of their home. So this is a true way of knowing what their heating costs are for that house. You can usually get that from homeowners. A lot of them keep track, or you can get it from their provider. Usually you're welcome to send you the information and give you a history. You know, a couple, 3 years, help give you an idea of what the fuel usage is of this home. I find that if a new homeowner doesn't really know, most of the fuel suppliers are pretty good about researching the home address and giving you information. Also, make sure when you're in the home, check out all the rest of their appliances that are using propane or natural gas or fuel oil, and document that so you have some idea of what they possibly could be using too as well. This is a very accurate way of researching and finding out how much the usage is built as built of this home. But I also used to ask about future home upgrades. Are they going to be putting new windows, new insulation? Are they adding any additions to the house in the near future? Something that we all should consider when we're sizing a new geothermal system for the homeowner. So today I'm going to be using 1,052 gallons of propane per year on this example. This was calculated from past usage of a property that I know of. And so we're going to start with that. Again, this can be used with natural gas, fuel oil as well. So you need to get into your, log into your GeoAnalyst account, and you're going to either pick a brand new project. As you see, it says new project there, or you can actually pick one that you already have started. So I do have one in here I'm going to do called the guest house in Hayward. Remember, there's future reports that you can print off for this and great data that you can present to the homeowner upon your completion of your quotation. So you're going to start off here in the GeoAnalyst program under the project, and you can fill in your name and your information and all this stuff. But the one thing that's really important to pay attention is your data setting for your weather data for where your location is, because this all takes in consideration part of the program to know how much fuel that you have used in that particular area. So start off with this here. You can see you hit the project mode, start a new project. You're going to go down and now you're going to hit that the loads section. So we're providing the load of this property home, and this is a guesstimate. So we're taking a look at this house, and I'm guessing, well, it probably needs something around 45,000 BTUs. So then I'll enter that data in. You can enter in if they're using any fossil fuel for hot water heat, etc. On there, but it does not show up for cooking ranges, etc. So you can kind of do an extrapolation of the example when you get to the end. So anyway, you're going to go here, and we're going to go down now after we get the load entered in. I guess 45, hit propane. And then when you hit the propane, it's going to bring this up, and now you need to make sure and realize that this existing home, what was the AFUE rating? If you utilize it, usually how much, I should say, how efficiency was their furnace or their boiler. So in this case, I was using a 95% propane gas furnace. So once I've got that data entered, I'm going to go down and hit calculate. So when I hit the calculate, it comes up with a screen like this, and this shows you annual amount of propane that this place would use, by me guessing at 45,000 BTUs. You can see it used 868,000, or sorry, 868 gallons of fuel, which is less than the usage that we had started with and figured for their homeowner. So now what we're going to do is we're going to backtrack, and we're going to go back again into the loads section of the program, and I'm going to enter in another number. So this time I entered in 54,000 BTUs. And again, this is, I'm guessing what this home is, and you can play this back and forth until you come up with a really close amount of fuel used. So enter that in. I'm going back and hit propane tab on the bottom of the Geothermal program again. And again, I double check the heating appliance efficiency. And you don't have to be concerned with the air conditioning. That has no part in trying to figure out the amount of fuel. Those come in later when you do some other reports. So again, I'm going to hit calculate. All right, so I hit calculate. And now this time, I came up with 1,042 gallons of propane with a 54,000 BTU entering mark. So what this does is I'm within 10 gallons of propane. I know I'm very, very close. So now you've got a database of what this house actually used in the past few years of heating system. Now, could you do this in a cooling dominant area too as well? Yeah, you could, but most places don't have the air conditioning on a separate meter to know how many BTUs you have used. So this works best in the heating application. So now I'm very, very close, and I've given myself an example of this home. I know that there's somewhere around that amount of 54,000 BTUs requirement for this home to put a geothermal in. And now you can use this data to design the heating system you want, whether you want a dual fuel, whether you want a geothermal with some electric strip backup. You can now determine and size the system according to the home usage. And again, from my previous presentation, ductwork is very important. The layout of everything is important to look at the whole aspect, but this is a fast, closer way of determining a BTU requirement for a home. And it's also, you can also use this as a means to double check if you're going to do a manual J load calculation. So you can do both of them, compare and see, make sure that you're accurate. So this is another shortcut way that I wanted to show you of how to look at the total home BTU requirement. And if you're not using the GeoAnalyst program, it's something I strongly encourage as a great tool when you're out marketing or when you're out selling a new geothermal system. It makes you look sharper, makes you look smarter, makes you look like you've gone through all the details and all the motions to be a better contractor than your competitor. So in a nutshell, that's what that is. Again, these are all recorded. You're welcome to look at them at our Geothermal University and our YouTube section. And I appreciate you tuning in for this brief presentation, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for attending.